I heard my fiancée tell her friends she's marrying me for money. The prenup was beautiful. I came home early from my business trip to surprise Natasha for her birthday. I'd bought champagne and those macarons she pretended were too expensive but secretly loved. I heard voices from the living room. Her book club was meeting. I decided to wait in the kitchen until they finished. That's when I heard my name. So Tristan still doesn't suspect anything? Her friend Meredith asked. Natasha laughed. Please, he's too busy with his startup to notice. He thinks I'm this sweet kindergarten teacher who loves him for his personality. The women giggled. My stomach turned. How much is he worth now? Another voice asked. After the company goes public? About 40 million, Natasha said. The wedding is in 3 months. California is a community property state. I just have to stay married for a few years, maybe pop out a kid for insurance, then take half of everything. I stood frozen, champagne bottle still in my hand. What if he wants a prenup? Meredith asked. He won't, Natasha said confidently. I've been playing the money doesn't matter to me card perfectly. Last week I even insisted on paying for dinner with my teacher's salary. He actually teared up. They laughed again. I set down the bottle and quietly left through the back door. I sat in my car for an hour, processing. Natasha had been perfect. 3 years of what I thought was genuine love. She'd supported me through startup struggles, celebrated every small victory, even moved in with me when I lived in that terrible studio apartment. It had all been an act. That night, I pretended everything was normal. I gave her the birthday gifts, took her to dinner, smiled when she said she loved me, but I was already planning. The next day, I called my lawyer. I need a prenup, I said. Make it interesting. 2 weeks later, I brought it up casually over breakfast. Hey babe, my lawyer says we should probably do a prenup. Just standard stuff for the startup equity. I watched her jaw tighten, but she recovered quickly. Oh honey, if you think we need one, sure. I trust you completely. I slid the document across the table. It's pretty simple. We each keep what we brought into the marriage, 50-50 on anything earned during. She visibly relaxed. That sounds totally fair. She didn't read it carefully. She missed the clause on page 12, subsection 3A, that said if either party could prove the other entered the marriage under false pretenses, they'd forfeit all claims to marital assets. She missed the part about character witnesses. She missed the recording consent clause for private conversations in shared spaces. She signed it without hesitation. The wedding was beautiful. She cried during her vows, talking about how I'd changed her life, how money meant nothing compared to our love. Her performance was Oscar-worthy. Our guests were touched. I smiled and played along. For 6 months, I was the perfect husband, but I was also documenting, recording. I forgot my phone recording in the bedroom during her weekly calls to her sister, where she complained about having to pretend to be attracted to him. I saved texts she sent to friends about her investment paying off soon. Then I waited. When I filed for divorce 8 months after the wedding, she wasn't surprised. She probably figured it wasn't worth fighting for such a short marriage until her lawyer called her. There's a problem, he told her. The prenup has some unusual clauses. I'll never forget her face during the meeting when my lawyer played the recording of her book club conversation, then the phone calls, then the texts. Her lawyer looked sick. This is inadmissible, he said weakly. Actually, my lawyer said, she consented to recording in shared spaces. Page 16. Natasha turned white. But I get half of what was earned during the marriage, right? You would, my lawyer said, except clause 12-3-A states that entering marriage under false pretenses forfeits those rights. Fraud voids the contract. I did love him, she protested. I finally spoke. Then you won't mind if we play the recording where you explicitly say you're marrying me for money and plan to take half of everything? She started crying. Real tears this time. This isn't fair. I wasted a year of my life. 14 months, I corrected. And you got free rent, a car, and the lifestyle you pretended not to care about. Consider it a paid internship in marriage fraud. Her friends abandoned her when the story got out. The school found out and she was quietly let go for ethical concerns. Last I heard, she moved back with her parents and was working at a call center. She sent me an email last month. I did. Love you at the end. That part became real. I didn't respond. Some performances, no matter how convincing, don't deserve an encore. My company went public 2 months after the divorce. I'm worth 60 million now. Sometimes I donate to teachers' charities in her name, making sure she gets the thank you cards. It's petty, but after what she put me through, I allow myself that one small satisfaction.